Our final speaker is Mr. Anand Sheth.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I take this opportunity to thank Bill Rappert and his team at Paydirt and Christy for the opportunity and the honor to present this morning. This is the lithium century, and I'm sure you have heard this underlying theme yesterday and today from various presenters. The path towards cleaner environment and sustainable battery minerals is set in concrete. There is no turning back now. So as a not-for-profit industry association, ILIA and its member companies are committed to competition law compliance and requires the same commitment from its members. You may read this important information on the website when you get the chance. Today we are living through a once-in-a-century energy revolution as the world transitions towards net zero carbon. And lithium batteries, that is lithium, facilitates this transition. I'm sure you have seen similar graphs from all the presenters during this conference, potentially forecasting a double-digit growth for at least the next decade. Even in the mainstream media, people are talking about lithium, and they can spell and say spodumene correctly, not only in WA, but globally. A question for you. If coal powered the 19th century and crude oil defined the 20th, then the 21st will be the lithium century. It's a very important statement. And that is why the 6 leading global lithium producers came together last year to say it's time to form the International Lithium Association, the only organization designed to provide that representative global voice for the lithium industry. ILIA is registered in London and was formally launched just last September. We're just 6 months old. And what does associations do? It provides a powerful and a united voice through representation, media engagement, shared best practice, and material stewardship. What's the alternative? The companies must cope with their challenges individually, a time-consuming effort, expensive, with minimal results. And what do members get out of this? So by joining committees and building your key strategic leadership skills, networking at the highest levels, getting information, updated information on a quarterly basis on the industry, peer benchmarking, and of course, conferences and events, increasing your knowledge and net worth. Our vision has 3 pillars: to be the global not-for-profit industry association for the lithium industry, representing its members' interests and addressing key technical, commercial, and regulatory challenges efficiently and effectively. And a very important one that you are hearing every time in every presentations, to support the industry's effort to supply high-quality lithium sustainably and responsibly, and proactively promote a better understanding of ILIA members and its ESG credentials. To be recognized as a trusted source of knowledge on all aspects of the lithium industry by regulators, governments, civil society, media, public, and the investors. I'll just let you...
Congratulations to Anand and Roland in their respective roles of Chair and Secretary General at the International Lithium Association. It's important that we have There's not-for-profit organisations like that the International Lithium Association represents to ensure the interests of our industry with a now significant global footprint get the airtime that they deserve, to demonstrate that we've got a successful, sustainable industry that's ultimately going to support the energy transition.
Thank you, Ken.
By working together with diverse shareholders across the lithium industry, the International Lithium Association will promote the sustainable and responsible sourcing of lithium, which will become increasingly important for the transition to low-carbon economies.
Thank you, Mr. Wang. And how do we spend your dollars in making this vision a reality? So information is very important. A highly reputed and well-known global commodity research and consultancy business, which unfortunately we cannot announce today, we're just finalizing the agreement, with decades of experience in lithium sector. I'm sure you all know them and you subscribe to them too. Along with some other experts in South America and in China, will provide us with quarterly information and all this and more on a quarterly basis. ESG and standards are a very important thing and an important pillar of the association. The lithium industry is a world leader when it comes to transparency and standards, as you'd expect for an industry dominated by large listed mining companies operating in OECD countries. Though the e-mobility and energy storage sector is still at the nascent stage, it is commendable to see the global awareness on the ESG aspects throughout its supply chain. So let's learn from history and make the future better. Let's start with the right foot. ILIA has commissioned TDI, a leading responsible mineral consultancy, to map the lithium ESG and standards landscape. That will help and guide the existing lithium producers and the new entrants and the juniors and everyone around. Education. The rapid increase in lithium consumption in batteries has prompted a tide of new regulations in the EU and elsewhere. ILIA is involved currently in 3 consultations about proposed and planned regulations in Europe, and we are tracking many more. And that's very critical for the lithium and the battery industry, because what happens in Europe passes on throughout the other regions in the world. It could be copy-pasted. ILIA encourages a competitive and appropriate legislative and a regulatory environment. And it is important that regulators understand what they regulate and the full scope of consequences that regulations can bring. And of course, the networking, what's in it for me? Well, this is one of them. We held our first in-person event in London earlier this year with the Minister of Mines of Argentina. Unfortunately, the Minister of Mines from Chile and Bolivia couldn't make it. But this was our first interesting event with members from Europe and in London attended. And that's our Secretary General, Roland Chavas, convincing the Minister of Mines of Argentina to support the lithium industry there. And we'll have some more such events also in WA. The membership is open to the whole supply chain, from the mining companies, juniors, explorers, cathode makers, refiners, battery makers, to the OEMs, recyclers, and everybody who is involved in the lithium, in the value chain. So we have 3 categories. The core members, they are the current producers of lithium. They provide the strategic leadership for the association and are the driving force behind its work. Core members form the executive committee. The associate members for the downstream supply chain value, they play a key role in working groups and the vision. And they do join subcommittees and they attend all the events. And lastly, the affiliate members, they are the non-commercial organizations, universities, and academia, civil society, and other associations which we exchange. And the memberships are there on the screen, not very expensive for the associates. And our current members, the 6 founding core members contribute 75% of the production last year. And in a short span of 6 months, we are very honored and lucky to have such reputed companies come forward, believe in the vision, and come and tell us how can we help the lithium industry. And these are junior explorers, cathode battery makers. S-Volt is a battery maker, a subsidiary of Great Wall Motor Company. Ekkort, they produce Fritz in Turkey. And I'm sure you know many of them, Hatch and the others who are involved in this. And to make sure Ilya is present when lithium is discussed in the room, we become members of other associations and regulatory bodies to make sure that what they say is aligned with our members' interest. So Global Battery Alliance, these are some of them, and you know very much about the battery passport things happening there. So we are involved, and we want to make sure that it's the lithium producers' interests are protected. Well, who is the team here? Being a new startup, we run a very lean ship, just 6 months old, and we'll be adding more people as we grow and increase the agenda. I've been in the industry, I was vaccinated with lithium 22 years ago at the best hard rock university of lithium at Greenbushes, and then had the opportunity to learn from some of the great experts in lithium. Then later honed my skills with Galaxy and Pilbara Minerals. Roland is an industry association guru, having more than a decade of experience in running trade associations. The last one was Tantalum Niobium International Trade Center, TIC. I mean, some of the lithium producers know about tantalum as a byproduct. And he's highly experienced there, and he's based in London. And lastly, Neil Bayliss, he's a partner at Mishcon de Rea, a full service law firm based in London, registered in 1937. And he has about more than 20 years experience in the competition, commercial, and regulatory law. And he has been advising industry associations like us, one of them being Zircon Industry Association. He and his colleague, Lydia Kellett, they have drafted our articles, rules, and the most important thing, the antitrust and competition law guidelines. He holds that very strongly at every meeting, and we call him our watchdog, and he protects us and the members. And finally, our landscape. So these are the associations, organizations that are linked to lithium in some way or the other. We are talking to Nickel Institute, Eurometo, Cobalt Institute on common agenda points within the lithium battery industry, on ESG and other things, and also with the Chinese Lithium Association on partnerships and exchange of ideas to make it more global. And this way, we maximize the odds that when lithium is discussed, Ilya is in the room. In summary, Ilya represents 75% of the global lithium production, and our vision is to be the global voice of lithium, promote sustainable and responsible supply of lithium, and be the trusted source of information on all aspects of lithium. And on behalf of our core and associate members, we welcome you to join the Ilya. And if I now put my marketing hat on, I can't resist that. You join us today, and get 15 months membership for a price of 12 months. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.